Hi, everybody. My name is Rhonda, and I just want to start with yes, I know the quality of this video is bad, but when you feel like the Lord is telling you to do something, you want to go ahead and move on it. Otherwise, you'll talk yourself out of it. So, I just want to share a little bit of my story and how God is has called me to build with Him. Years ago, He spoke to me and He said, "Walk with me." And I began to walk with him. But now he's calling me to build with him. And so I'm like, okay, God, it's time to build. It's time to build in this season. What do you want me to build? Well, I don't want to be diving too much into my past for the sake of, I just don't want to revisit those things I'm trying to come out of. But for the sake of you understanding where I am coming from, um, I grew up in a kind of a hostile environment in which there was a lot of fear involved. So I developed a lot of um, self protection in my life that allowed me to shut everybody out. So right now, God is building with me to basically reparent myself and um, I love finances. God uses finances to teach me everything, everything. So, and I know a lot of people don't like to talk about finances, or they want to talk about finances, but they don't want to see how it relates to what's going on inside them. But this is just what He's showing me, and I thought this might minister to someone this week. So I always try and budget for the month by a paycheck, what's due when and everything. And and right before a paycheck comes in, I like to sit down and figure out how much is spending money, where the money all is going. Just because I know myself and I know that if I don't already know where it's going, I'm going to spend it. And so that I always know what I'm getting paid because it's the same every week. And I have it split into two different categories, one to go to the bill account and the other one to go to my grocery account. So I have a local bank, which I have a checking and a savings there. That is for my grocery account. Then I have an online account, and that is where I have three checking accounts and a savings, one being my bill account, and two being one for me and one for my husband. Because I learned a long time ago that if I don't put aside me some money, I'm not going to spend money. And like everyone is in a different season. And so for me, I'm in a season learning to spend money on myself because that is difficult. That is difficult for me to go and spend money on getting my nails done, to buying clothes, to go out and eat is fine. I have no problem with that. But because that's usually like a social thing. But anything for the house, anything like that, I had a problem spending money. My husband did not have that problem. He would see the money in the bank account and immediately spend. He would say, "Oh, we have $400 in the bank account. Let me go get McDonald's. Let me go to Taco Bell." And, or whatever he wanted at that moment, which caused a lot of problems, which is why we eventually created separate accounts. One for bills, so he didn't spend money that was set aside for bills. Two, so he would actually have a set amount that he would have to manage. So he's in a managing season or a stewarding what he has kind of season, and I'm on a different season. And my season is learning to spend money. And and for me, um, it is it's a growing process. It is a growing process. A lot of times it's more about how I can sow into someone else's life, like a friend who is selling cookies, I will buy some cookies. Or um, a friend who is, or my niece who was making cinnamon rolls and pumpkin bread. I bought some to support her. I do it more to support. Um, However, today I am actually going with my mom to go get our mani petties. So, and get my oil changed in the car. So I am learning to take time and take care of myself. And but this week, um, Andy never knows what he's getting paid until the morning of his paycheck. So I have to wait until he tells me. I have to wait until he wakes up because he's a night owl and I'm an early morning person. I wake up about 4:50 in the morning. If he had his choice, it would be about 9 a.m., maybe 10 that he would wake up, which by that time I'm already at work. So that morning, Amy woke up long enough just to go to the bathroom and go right back to bed. And immediately in that moment, God spoke to me and he said, don't ask him what his check is. Don't ask him. Now you think, well, of course you wouldn't ask him. He's only waking up long enough to go to the bathroom. But you have to understand, um, me, I like to know where my money is. I like to know where my money is. I like to know, um, I grew up with a lot of like secrecy around money. Um, I also, we grew up with, in poverty. So anyway, so I immediately wanted to ask him, but God said no. And immediately in that moment when he said no, um, he said, Andy is more than just a paycheck. So God is shifting me away from focusing so much on money to more on relational issues in which I learn to grow in the area of relationships. Because what I did was growing up became more self protective, like I lived in a bubble and I didn't develop connections very well. So, I'm good at the superficial conversation. I'm good at in-depth conversations, but when I leave a conversation, I don't feel like I've truly connected with a person. If that makes sense. I don't really know how to explain it any better than that. Um, but God is working in me. And part of what He's doing in me is learning to be more outward in my conversation, more outward in these videos. So I'm asking you, share down below anything that God is speaking to you. What is an area that He's showing you right now, and if you can identify with what He's showing me this week. And I thank you and I appreciate you, and I help ask you to be kind in the comments. This is very difficult to put yourself out there. Um, so I encourage you to like, share, comment, subscribe, and just interact with me and help me in this season with building with God. I thank you and may you be blessed and have a wonderful day.